I'm going to go over the differences I've found with these two packs here. Both say Alice Medium. This guy here has the radio flap. To my knowledge, that's the technical difference there. So I'm going to try to stitch together a bunch of pieces so this makes sense. But I'm going to start pointing out what is obviously different. Now this frame here seems to have a dent in it, whereas this is straight. So I think this is a problem just with this one side. I also noticed that this has been either modified or bent, but it curves outward toward the back. And I don't think that's a problem. I never noticed in humping with this. Another thing here is the way this is riveted here at the bottom rail seems to be like this should get reinforced. I might fix that. So obviously I like these pads better. They're the newer angled, longer pads compared to these. I think you can see the difference there. All right. And like I said, the lid has this slot in it, whereas the other one doesn't. Beyond that, of course, butt pad, waist pad here. The waist pad here is much bigger, much puffier. And funny thing is, though, I rarely use it, especially rarely use the straps, so I don't think that's going to matter either. Now, another nuance here, this hole here has a grommet. This one here does not. I can't imagine it matters. Very similar there. Let's see, webbing, hard to tell because I've got gear on this. That sure seems the same to me. This guy here, this carry handle, is superb. So whichever pack I end up on, that will be there. Because I really like that. So here's another curiosity. This one's mounted notably higher. So the Corporal, I think it was a Corporal that had this one, used this D-ring here to mount it, and then used this strap much higher, whereas this one, this lower strap, actually does go through the frame hole, and the D-ring is there. So that's interesting that I haven't utilized the D-rings for my sleep system. That may be a better way to attach, given that I've just used spaghetti, the spaghetti strap system here. I made that work, and that's fine. Also, I will add the shelf, I think. So notice how easily it goes on here, but I don't know what that's about. Whereas this one, it's a slightly better fit, and either way, I think it's going to need some kind of screw to hold it in place. Notice the two pockets. Like this one, it sure seems smaller than this one, doesn't it? I mean, just in comparison, this seems like an Alice large, but I got to measure them to prove it. Okay, radio version. This seam is at about 7.5. 7.5, right? Just sure looks bigger. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. What I will show you, look at the distance above this webbing here. From here to there. Let's say it's about 2. notice here. Look how much farther apart those two are compared to that. This sure looks like the word medium, right? From here it definitely says medium. But that's the one that seems bigger. Yet another difference here. Okay, notice where the webbing starts here above the pad. This one starts at the pad. This one's above the pad. This loop is in the middle of that there. No. Next one's way down here, the center of the frame. That one's above the center of the frame. Well, let's see. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Oh, going the other way. Wow. All right, the radio version here. Difference, I mean, the lid's in good shape, which is awesome. You'll notice it's got these straps in here and an extra buckle system and some clips, things like that, which sounded really cool at first because it does have this inner bag, but you know, with a couple extra straps for radio equipment. But what do you know? This one has an inner bag. It's all that other stuff, whatever it's going to be. It's just lacking all that extra strap material. I'm just going to highlight this while I'm here. This is something I came up with that works, so I don't know, take it or leave it. But this is a spaghetti strap system. I got the handle part down here, and you have to do one side first, of course, then go under here, then lace the other side to make a loop for your bag sleep system with the little side straps popping out over here, and it goes under this arch in the frame and uses these lower loops on the Alice. And here's another glaring difference. This is the top of the two packs. Radio pack, one that just says medium. Look at this big square hole here. This one's smaller. Look how narrow these mounts are. I'll also point out that the radio pack came this way with shoulder straps attached to the rings, whereas this one used the grommets in the frame itself, and these were unused.